Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 42 of my journey through solo self-found Affliction League. Today, we're continuing with the Bleed Earthquake Gladiator I started last time using the Blood Sap tincture that causes bleeding you inflict on non-bleeding enemies to deal 30% more damage. So today I will finish getting it through the campaign and into maps where we get to gear it up with some of the more fun stuff that I have planned for this. But I just want to give you guys a heads up that this might be the last video for this character you see for a little while, as the gauntlet starts on Friday, and a couple hours after this video is set to go live, I will be receiving the first dental work I've had in 12 years. So I'm a little bit anxious and nervous, a bit terrified for that, and I've been waiting for this for like 6 months at this point, but the end result of that will let me know what it's like to have a full mouth of teeth for the first time in my life. So I'm a little bit excited at the same time, but I don't know if tomorrow I will be able to just jump in and record the next video of this. If I'm able, I will. If not, I have already pre-recorded the next Dark Souls 2 video, and if you see that from me tomorrow, you know why. I'm currently level 57, almost 58, right at the start of Act 8, and it has been brought to my attention that there's actually a way to make this work. Last time I looked at POB, after stacking all of the bleed steal damage faster, I could get on the tree, and my bleed duration is still over 3 seconds, and the earthquake duration is 1 second. So I wasn't able to accomplish the goal with this, which was to cause a bleed with the initial hit and then have that bleed wear off so that the aftershock creates another really big bleed. There is a new support gem added fairly recently that slipped my mind, called Sadism Support. Damaging ailments with supported skills deal damage way faster, but less duration of ailments inflicted with supported skills. So using this support gem, I would be able to lower my bleed duration substantially, allowing my vision of this build to actually take place. So I'm excited to get messing with this and see how that works. I don't think it makes its way into my current 4-link, as I need the chance to bleed on the chance to bleed support. Melee fizz damage is just a huge support for the build. Life tap I'm kind of requiring at the moment, but that will make its way into the build once I can get it to maps and we get a 6-link and craft up my weapon. And I'm going to use the All's Uprising on this to throw determination into the build. I need some mana reservation efficiency to add malevolence into the build as well. We'll get the Alessius the Light on, change frenzy charges into affliction charges, Echoes of Creation, getting more damage for war cries. Lots of fun stuff to come with this, but we got to get it there first. So let's blast through the rest of the story here. It was also mentioned in the comments of yesterday's video that the double damage from Intimidating Cry does not affect bleeds. It is a war cry that I can use for the additional damage from the Echoes of Creation, but it's only going to affect the hit of my earthquake, and it's not going to affect the bleeds at all, which is what I'm hoping for, because I'm trying to do as much damage as I can with the bleeds, but it's going to be strange. Now, what am I working on with levels? I think the last level might have gotten me Dirty Techniques. No, I was working on Vanquisher. We're Fizz dot multi. I can crush enemies, 40% fizz damage there. And I think I might actually have to push up here for Sovereignty, getting all this mana reservation efficiency. I don't see myself being able to path through to get to Charisma, though I might want to push up here and get this frenzy charge if possible. We're just getting started with it though, so lots of kinks to work out. Vanquisher acquired. I still want to get to Veteran Soldier. Oh, there's also a mastery here for increased physical damage with skills that cost life, 40% there. Should probably grab that as well. Gemling Legion, Bop, Curse. Got him with a bleed. Cool. I'll take it. Level 60. I will grab that mastery. I got a Karui Chopper. Slower attack speed, but potential bigger bleeds. I'm going to use the chaos I got on it. No, I'm going to scour it, blacksmith it, and then this came with extra bleed damage and physical, so it's already way better. I can craft flat fizz onto it or try and roll something better, but I think I would just roll with that. Give me 2 red sockets on it. Flat physical damage, T2. So the bottom end on this is about where my top end is on the current one. If I look here, it says damage from bleed 2360 to 4607, and that went up like 50% there. Slower attack speed is stinging a bit, but that's how it's gonna be. Level 61. I think I'm gonna start sending it up. All right, I need to fix something with this slow attack speed. We're gonna refund this point I just put in. Stop stunning me. Unwavering stance, so I can get my attack off. Ugle, Op, Curse. All right, he'll bleed. He'll move. Okay, adds. Drop it. Curse him. Only the ones that hit. Round 2. Oh, lure him into it. Oh, he already just bled. Okay, last round. Did that get him? Dead. Nice. A ring here. I definitely need cold. Take a fire and cold ring. Jewel. 3 passive points. Now I send this up here and I'll grab devotion on the way to sovereignty. Ring's not useful, nor the jewel. Wait a second. If I have 20% chance to cause bleeding on this, let's do some calculations. 15 plus 10 here. It's 25 plus 50 on the ascendancy. I would have a 95% chance for bleed. All right, refund to passive, throw that into some bleed chance. Now I can drop the chance to bleed support, move some gems around, throw this sadism support in. Let's just see what happens. So the bleeds are going to be short, but like they're all going to do way more damage now, and the aftershock will get its big damage bleed as well. I don't know how long that bleed's gonna last. All right, leveled up once. So that ailments go faster, the duration didn't change there. Yeah, those bleeds do not last long. Sadism is up to level 6. The duration doesn't seem it wants to scale. So we're stuck at 80% less duration. That means the bleed is going from its 5-second base, dropping it to 1. Let's see what this says in POB. Now, bleed duration 0.45 seconds. The bleed DPS dropped quite a bit, but I can guarantee now the single bleed. Why does that not change? Why does this not give me my 30% bleed? Maybe my duration's so low that it's like guaranteed that I only have 1 bleed, so it's just automatically factoring it. I removed the flask and it dropped the bleed DPS, so if I put it back, yeah, it gives me the 30%. It's already factoring that in. Okay, bleed DPS goes way up because it has the duration to it. I drop sadism. Like, the total damage per bleed isn't as important here, because the idea is I'd be like keep reapplying them. Let's just assume I throw in cruelty, I throw in brutality. Now how bad is it? It's still pretty bad. Removing it doubles the bleed DPS. It's 17.8 without the tincture. And with the tincture it's 11.0, and I guarantee all of my bleeds get that 30%. I don't know. Kill Dusk. Bop. 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 I mean, it is a nice chunk of damage. Like, you can see it each time I hit him. Now, though, 25% bleed duration raises the bleed DPS by 25%. Increased duration of ailments on enemies. So that's pretty substantial if I were to get those. And then it's up to 0.74 seconds with 65% duration. So 65% duration is still okay. And then one of those is increasing the duration duration on the earthquake to 1.15. Malevolence is also going to increase that duration. That makes me a little bit more hopeful, seeing those numbers, like giving it more duration so the less doesn't hurt it as bad. Maybe Unbound Ailments actually would work now with this. That's a lot of increased duration of ailments to help counter the sadism. Oh, I'm gonna refund these points again, actually. Put those points into this bleeding duration. Alright, Dawn now. Okay, yeah, the bleed lasted a tiny bit longer. It was definitely noticeable. So I need to look for ways to now increase bleed duration. The whole thing just flipped on itself. Faster bleeds is still good. Solaris Lunaris. Drop it. Nice. Now you probably can start on Lunaris. Going away, good. And then I just sit here and keep throwing them down. My attack time is longer than the bleed duration, so I can kind of hold down attack, and I'm still getting my maximum bleed out now, which I was not before. So sadism is giving me that much, at least. And I'm still hitting really hard. It's not like I'm using a deadly ailment, so I'm lowering my hit damage in here in any way. It's doing okay. Now into Act 9. I really like how the earthquake works. I just feel like I might need to lower the duration on it now, make it even better. I want to be able to like speed run like through a zone, drop an earthquake, run, and know that the bleed's gonna kill that enemy, like across the hit and then the aftershock. Just don't know how viable that is anymore. I'm getting more bleed pops than I was before, so the duration increase absolutely helped. If I wanted to lower the duration for the aftershock, I need to get window of opportunity out here. I don't really want to go up there if I don't have to. I need to get malevolence in the build though, so I have to start working up. That's definitely more important. Whoa, hold up. There's a mastery. Moving this point yet again. 60% increased bleeding duration. I think it's on now. So I've gotten 110% increased bleeding duration, so that puts the base at 10.1 seconds, or maybe 10.2 seconds. Then that gets scaled down by 80%, so I have like a 2-second bleed that is dealing damage like 130% faster or something. So it's probably still under a 1-second bleed. The bleed actually does something. It makes me really happy. I feel like it's improved a lot. General Adis. He does some kind of earthquake thing too. We battled it out. Uh-oh. My animation canceled myself. Oh, there goes his earthquake. His pulses multiple times, though. Well, if mine could do that. Each of them could apply the super fast bleed nonsense. Oh, he got me. Come on, get him. There we go. Slows you so much. Those shock things. Barukan, Queen of the Winds. Phase 1 down. This part should just be free. Yeah, she even took a step. Bad move when you got this kind of bleed happening to you. It is not a nice one. I need to look and see what's on Cluster Jewels as well. Final phase of this. Oh, this fight is annoying. Why don't you just stay here and fight? There we go. I might be able to replace this helmet. That's more armor. I can't. Got it 3-linked. Life tap my war cries. Finally got devotion. Maligaro curse. Then bop. And I need to try and keep the intimidating cry up. Really make use of that double damage for the hits. If I can get the war cries qualityed up, then I might be able to drop passive points and reorganize some things. There goes Maligaro. Dodre. Curse. Warcry. 1, 2. I need both curse war cries. Go again, and maybe I hide. Uh-oh. Nope. My aftershock blew up the totem. I have enough regen and armor, though. That wasn't too bad for not having spell suppression. I expected that to hurt way more. I'm not used to having armor, though. I play evasion builds almost exclusively. And if 1440 is a lot of armor, that's saying something. Trinity. This war cry. That one. Ow. I need another war cry. I need the enduring cry. My life flask is not keeping me alive enough. Phase 1 down, though. Try and preempt that so they all get it. Oh, they did not die from the bleed, though. Come on. I need a recurse. There we go. Intimidating cry. Seismic cry. Okay, round 2 down. And I shouldn't be standing in that. Why did I stand in that? That was a big goof. Okay, now, like, I feel like the Trinity is really not that hard. I only ever die in this fight to the ads that spawn. On to Act 10, almost done. Some attack speed would do me so many wonders. Last phase here. Intimidating Cry. Might have escaped that one. Oh, okay. Try again, and there we go. It's another passive point. Finally hitting the intelligence up here. Going to 4-link my helmet real quick. Throw an Enduring Cry in here. I'm having issues with bleeds and corrupting blood, so I'm going to swap in a different life flask of Varius. Now I just need to not get killed by him. We should be good. The Enduring Cry getting me endurance charges probably has already just saved me. He's just not going to move either, so I just got to sit here and fight him. Don't get hit by that. Reapply vulnerability. Re-get war cries. More slaps. I got that extra heal from the Enduring Cry. That was good there. The degen, can't really rely on the life flask, not too bad. Now hopefully I can handle lab. My life is not super amazing. I've really invested in getting all the bleed damage that I could. And that bleed removal life flask just came in clutch right there. Without that, this would be a potential issue. Level 67. Started leveling it, but just for absolute security here, I'm going to drop Pride and run Determination. Alright, what do we got going on here? Dual Swords. Awesome. Drop it. Curse. And again. War Cry. Again. This War Cry. That war cry, this war cry, and we should be good. Golems and portals. It's really not too bad. So many war cries to juggle. It's so worth though. Improves my damage so much. Ah, come on. Yes. I didn't get any dark shrines. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Hit my war cries. I got my golem. Hit my flasks. Hit this war cry. Hit that war cry. This one. War cry, this one. Whoa! Ow there. I might have gotten hit by a trap or something. Nope, don't get slashed. Take care of some ads. I need more war cries. Oh, I turned off my tincture. No, no, no. Come on. And go again. I don't know if I ever once cursed a Zaro in that last fight. Now that I think about it, focusing too much on the war cries, that bit of extra damage would have done wonders, especially without having Pride up. Okay, why don't I be slow on this one and remove the portals? I don't think those enemies pelting away at me helped me any. Oh, he got to keep one. Massive Shrine, that'll certainly help. You can try and do the same here and take out the golem. There's one of them. Got the fire one. Okay, I think he absorbed the cold one. Not sure exactly what that does. Alright, let's do this again, shall we? Got the curse off. Didn't get teleported. Dodge the slash. Dodge that. Leap. War cry. Bop. Enduring cry. Dodge slash. Oh, didn't get warped. Okay. Got him. Get me out of here. 6% quality to a gym. Seismic cry, please. Probably should have done intimidating. That one has less exerts. I have to press it more. Oh well. Now I get damage with one-handed weapons. Rip. Anyways. Chance to gain frenzy charge on kill with main hand weapon. 25%. More physical damage while at max frenzy charges. Ooh, Gladiator plate. I should have done that before. There's big potential for this. Additional physical damage reduction. Has hybrid life. I would craft better life on it. Level 68. 12% area of effective aura skills. I'm pretty sure these frenzy charges can like only happen once per attack or something. I'm not getting them on 1 in 4 enemies killed. Alright, Kitava. That's Corrupting Fever. And then hopefully I can keep the Corrupting Fever up. That'd be really cool. I can keep my endurance charges up. Made it through the first phase. I gotta keep using skills so that I can keep the Corrupting Fever going. Somebody did theorize that Corrupting Fever, if it counts as bleeding, could negate the bonus damage on my flask, though I'm not sure that that is the case, considering how corrupting blood and bleed is defined, like, for the player. Like, if I'm immune to bleeding, I can still get corrupting blood on me. There's always been the distinction between the two, so I don't think it technically counts as bleeding. It would be unfortunate if it broke this for me. Phase, there we go. Curse, this war cry. No frenzy charges. Seismic cry. Yeah, I really should have lowered the cooldown on the intimidating cry, because if I can get I got hit with the spell damage. If I could use the intimidating cry more, that would definitely be good, though it would need to be a rallying cry if I really wanted to juice the damage as much as possible, and I'd have to have Herald of Purity to make it work. And in that case, I think I'd have to not use vulnerability and instead use a Poacher's Mark so that my minions don't inflict bleed or something. I don't know. Lots of possibilities with this. And there's Kitava. 2 more passive points acquired. Big mana reservation efficiency. Right on. Time to make this happen. Do I divine the All's Uprising? I don't think so. I'll bless it. That doesn't have dex on it. These boots need to go back away. Then, okay, yep, everything comes off. Delete it. Belt. I need the gems though. Okay, so now I can have Determination for free. Run Pride. I need more work to get in Malevolence. Could take the Enlighten from the other character if necessary. Although I think the best play would be to try and make 2 gold oils to anoint Charisma. Now, Echoes of Creation. Which one has rolled the best? This one, as far as the base goes. Though I do have 2 Sacred Orbs. 2 of these are 381 on the base armor. I don't like that. Oh, I'm going to divine this one. I want 15% more damage for each war cry. Okay, there it is. This is the one I'm wearing. I rolled 15-15. It's the best case scenario. Oh, war cries have additional cooldown use. Interesting. Oh, socketed war cry skills at that. 4 sockets, 4 links, needs quality. Give me all red sockets. All the war cries are in there. I'm currently sitting at 1398 armor. 15% of my life. 323 on the damage. So if I just had something with a socket, put the war cry or the earthquake in, so I hit 2 war cries, and yeah, it costs a little bit. So if I had more armor, it'd be okay. Well, that's certainly a helmet. Then what about the belts? None of these are rolled super well. These need to be double corrupted as well. Maybe divide them to not be awful. That's above average cold res. That one's like in the middle. They're all rolled bad. 8% movement speed's bad. So divine this one. Still low. Like, I need the cold res as well. Okay, that one's low on the evasion, but good on the cold res. The last one we'll have to do. So put the best one on, or I could just go double corrupt these real quick with a different character. Let me do that. I need to grab gems off of here anyways. Awaken Brutality, Awaken Unbound Ailments might have a play. Another 62% duration there. I'm really gonna miss not having this rucksack on the other character. Is there a Locust Corruption in here? Yes. So I can take my Story of the Vol, upgrade that in here, and I still have this in a rarity spec. It's going to have to be good enough. Altar of Sacrifice, Story of the Vol, Vial of Fate. Now I have a Fate of the Vol. Hits with this weapon do increased damage to ignited, frozen, or shocked enemies. Hits with this weapon always ignite, freeze, and shock. Damage 100% converted. Okay. Corruption Altar number 1. Anger, Aura Effect, and Crit Multi during Flask Effect. Not quite what I was looking for, but I did hit one. I get a flask from the Omnitact. Need to check, were there any chests I need to open? No. Locust Corruption number 2 stayed the same. Movement speed, String of Servitude. That's pretty nifty for leveling. I have Cheula. I am still running around with all this rarity nonsense. I got the unique chain belt. What is that called? Coward's Chains. Fireproof chest. Nope. Thunder Coffer. No unique here either. Corruption Altar number 3. Poof. Alright. I guess I'm getting some extra anger or effect. I'm going to be immune to stuns anyways, so the stun and block recovery doesn't help me at all. I got Ambition, 21% life, Streak of Servitude. And then I will borrow my Enlighten just to make sure I can make all this stuff work. I guess I take the one of these that's rolled better, 12% speed. So I'm going to need Dex, I'm going to need Int. I guess let's start with boots. Armor boots, fire lightning res, life, movement speed. Better armor would have to craft life. Better resistances here as well. Lightning chaos res. This one has life regen. That one's interesting too. The one I have on has the most life. Gloves. I'm not level 69 for the Titan gauntlets yet. Fire cold with attack speed. That's flat fire to attacks. No, no. +2 socketed minion gems. Okay, so maybe I craft gloves. I really not have Titan gloves. Maybe I go for the chest. Now, which chest do I use? I really don't like the options there. I could just like 6-link full dragon scale or an astral plate. If I'm gonna go iron reflexes, I should probably do a full dragon scale. This is item level 85. Max roll. I have lots of perfect fossils now. All right, let's see. 18%, 23, 25, 18, 30. Okay. While I have these out, I know the axe needs it as well. 19, 17, 30. Perfect. And I have an insane amount of jeweler's orbs, so 6 sockets. Here we come. There's 1 6 socket on the axe. All right, now link the chest. I had like 1540 something. 6 link, 1191 left. Then the axe. 6 link. Axe still needs crafted, but it's there. I can't even put this on without dexterity, so I need a ring with dexterity. 13 dex. Here we go. Biz to attacks as well. A lot of resistances. Sure. Now let's try one with intelligence. And I need big lightning res. So ring, int, lightning. I spelled lightning wrong. 13, 44 with big life biz. No resistances really. All res, lightning res, a little bit of int. 34, bad life roll. Big resistances though. So the ring with dex definitely needs life crafted on it. There's 55 life there. This one has an open suffix. Definitely needs some kind of lightning, as with the chest. Now, what is my essences looking like? I have plenty of big lightning res crafts, so that's what's going on the chest. Hope I hit big life. Spell suppression's fine. Physical damage reduction's fine. Big armor evasion is fine. Chaos res is also good. Open prefix, T2 life, lightning cold with a little bit of chaos. And then what would I craft prefix wise here? I can't craft flat armor and evasion. Just leave it as is for the time being. Still a little short on lightning, so bless this ring. That's some resistance. And craft lightning and chaos. 15. So resists are okay. Still low on chaos. Maybe that can be fixed on gloves. I need a level before I can even put them on. I just put these gloves on that have life, chaos res. Sure. I honestly don't even know if I needed 2 6-links, but I have them, I guess. Let me go ahead and put earthquake in here. Needs, well, I don't know if I need 2 green sockets. It has sadism for sure. Life tap for sure. Melee fizz, brutality. Then maybe unbound ailments. I think I'm gonna try that at first. So I force 1 blue socket on here, then all reds with 1 green, like that. I'm going to need a molten shell. I grabbed the enlightened, so at this point, I still have the vitality I need to fit in. I don't have sovereignty yet either. Let me drop something for that. Oh, I know what I can do. Refund 2 points. Connect those strength nodes. Oh wow, I did all the resistance getting with diamond skin is still. There's sovereignty. 3 red sockets on these gloves. Take that back. 2 red sockets on these gloves. I guess determination doesn't need to go in there. The vitality can. And then I can definitely turn on all of them. Okay. Defense with flask up. That's not a ton of armor. I've taken less damage on it. I just need the determination to level up more, I guess. Need a quality gloves, and I'll replace these. Just need a quality boots. Need more levels. We'll get armor on gloves. But with everything I had on, I still have sockets. I can't summon the golem. I'm gonna need frenzy charge. I still need to craft the axe. So let me do that. I could have like a big cast when damage taken set up in here, potentially. Or I could put all the war cries in there and get a fourth one. So, craft of exile time. First thing I want to do, cluster jewels. Large, physical. What are the mods on this? Evasion armor, physical damage. Overwhelm, physical damage. All res, physical damage. Grim Oath is Fizz's chaos. Physical attack and cast speed. Chance for double damage, physical damage. None of those are like must have. The numbers are probably good, like if you can get a few of these. So let's see. Axe and sword damage. There is a 20% ailment with 5 fizz dot, but it's in the midst of a lot of stuff that's not useful. Martial prowess has ailments, so does heavy hitter. Medium cluster jewel, damage over time, 5 dot multi, increased duration of ailments on enemies with damage over time. Exposure therapy is chaos res against damage over time. That's where chaos damage hurts the most. Damaging ailments 5% faster. Circling oblivion's easy to hit, and so is exposure therapy. So that would be easy to craft, and that's a way of trying to still pull back my duration on my bleed. Something I can think about there. Two-handed weapons, two-handed axe. Now I want to make the best possible axe I can for this. It has Elder Influence, so it absolutely has damage over time multiplier for bleeding from hits with this weapon. So let's say that rolled max. And then it has flat physical damage. Let's say that's maxed. And then percent physical damage maxed. Suffixes. It cannot have the bleeding here, I guess, if it has the bleeding elder mod. Interesting. Increased physical damage. Hits with this weapon have calling strike against bleeding enemies. That seems pretty cool. I can put that there. And then a dot multi, attack speed. I don't think I would need to hit all of those, but fossils has them all there. I'm not going to worry about the attack speed. I could like craft that. So if it was to hit all of these things, 601 billion chaos. I did this on purpose though. I took the hard things to hit. I know the fizz damage roll, the 25 weighting is crazy. What I want to know is what is the best combination of 4 fossils were I to even attempt to hit this. Corroded, dense, jagged, sanctified. And it would still take 217 million tries to hit a perfect weapon. So corroded removes the elemental mods. Jagged gives better weighting for fizz mods. Dense gets rid of the fizz leech as life or mana. So that makes sense. Corroded, dense, jagged. Sanctified if I have it. I have 7 4 sockets, only 2 sanctified fossils. So what we do? Jagged, dense, only 14 corrodeds, but that sanctified, boom. Hey, I completed a challenge. And what did I get here? It doesn't look too bad, honestly. It hit a pretty bad fizz percent, but it has the hybrid. So the fizz roll on it's not spectacular, but it's also very good. Extra attack speed if you killed recently. There's no spot for a craft. I'm going to annul this. Remove the percent fizz or the attributes. I removed the percent fizz. So now I could use an exalted orb and craft a better percent fizz. It rolled perfect. Now that's a much better axe. Extra damage with bleed on it. It has attack speed. I can't craft dot multi on it, but could I ask for better? Like, I feel like that's pretty insane for what I've got going on here. I could try to make an insane corrupting fever. Like, how many possible links are there for a corrupting fever? Let's just see here. I mean, of course there's brutality. It's more physical damage. I could put increased duration on it so it sticks around longer. There's a swift affliction, is more damage over time. I'm not hitting super fast, right? So getting the charges up on this, like increased duration, I think just has to be there. And empower would be good for it. Supported skills deal more damage while you have life tap. That just makes it, it's gonna make it cost way more, isn't it? Costs 802 life to, yeah, 24/7. That's ridiculous. It would give it a little bit more damage though. There's a corrupting cry support that could be replaced with life tap in, how ridiculous is that? Okay, that's not too bad. The Warcry cost. I mean, I'm doing okay on the life sustain. It's not the worst. Why not have Corrupting Cry there? Huh. It's definitely gonna happen more than the Corrupting Fever. Corrupting Fever is a spell. And the Stone Golem's a spell. Molten Shell. Vulnerability. Life Tap. And cast on damage taken. Oh, you have to scale the level of the gems though. Unless I leveled this all the way up. Oh, yeah. What if I had the Stone Golem, Corrupting Fever, Vulnerability, Molten Shell on a life tap, cast when damage taken. Then down here, I have my dash that can have the life tap as well, and then I can second win that to give it another cooldown. Then 2 green sockets this, and then 3 link it. Make sure Determination's out on its own. So now I need flasks, and this is where I think I'd want a Divine Life Flask, because if I'm going to have so much life recovery just passively, I'm going to need something to just like shoot me up a lot. So having an instant life flask, do that. Then I go to the menagerie and craft bleed on it. Of sealing, yep, alright. 79, 53, 16, 16. I find a 71. There we go. Warcry, bop, curse. Oh yeah, I cancel curse. Alright, I killed things. Of course, it gave me 6% on that. Or 6 seconds. Sure. Tincture. I don't know if that's the one that I stick with. I have this one as rarity, overwhelm, physical. Like, that's super solid. I picked the phasing one while leveling just because I could run through things. There's also an area of effect if I killed recently. I could take a couple of these that are bad as well, and oh, it's a 5-to-1. Okay, so I get a reroll. Recover life on killing rare unique enemy. That's interesting as well. I have a couple in here. 16% overwhelm. It only affects hits though. Yeah, the Poacher's Mark gives me life and mana on hit, but cursed enemies have minus physical damage reduction, so that increases the damage they can take from bleeds. Seems like it would be really good. I'm gonna get rid of the phasing one. Reroll one more time. Penetrate Chaos Res. Attack block if you've stunned recently. That is interesting, I will say. And the flasks that I need are Basalt Flask, Granite Flask, Quicksilver Flask. This states that flasks adjacent to applied tincture gain 3 charges when you hit an enemy with the weapon no more than once every second. And then flasks adjacent if I've hit an enemy recently. So this is going to stack me a bunch more armor. They're going to gain extra charges, and then I can set those to use themselves. So I would like move the tincture to here and then set the granite and the basalt flask there, and then just let them use themselves, and I use the quicksilver flask when needed. So then what do I roll on them? Reduced charges used is super solid. Stun and block recovery is not great. The basalt flask takes 40 already. There's increased armor during effect. Reduced effect I don't want though. Probably want armor on 1. Alright, that's big reduced charges used with big movement speed. Okay. Charge gain when you're hit by an enemy is also something. Ignite a void. Reduce charges, attack speed. Sure. Beautiful flasks. Maybe I could move this into the middle and I can keep my quicksilver flask where I normally have it. Reduce charges used, armor. If there's anything I don't need, is that extra movement speed. Alright, so now I could go hunting for stuff I need from this. Level some gems up. Alright, yeah. And just don't ever push flasks. Quicksilver and heal. I guess they're not going to charge up until I can get the next level of this going. I can also import it into POB again and see what it says. Earthquake initial impact, 49 on the bleed DPS, aftershock, 128. I do not have enough life to use corrupting fever. I think I do. Yeah, 1323. That's not bad. Let's see. Well, let me take frenzy charges. Those are my affliction charges. That adds a lot of damage. Cap to single bleed. Okay, that adds a lot of damage. Kick this up to standard boss. That changed nothing. What about Guardian? Okay, changes nothing on the bleed DPS. Is the enemy crushed? Effect next to nothing. Crushed enemies have reduced physical damage reduction. You would think that would change the bleed. Is the enemy intimidated? That doesn't matter. Oh, number of corrupting cry stacks on enemy. I guess that's a different thing entirely. Is the enemy bleeding? Yes. Is the enemy moving? Okay, so if the enemy's moving, bleed DPS is 656. Now if I went to calcs and earthquake, bleed duration is 1.06 seconds, skill duration 1.155. So that's like perfect with the Unbound Ailments. I'm not seeing in any of the calculations anywhere in here about Echoes of Creation. Skills deal more damage for each Warcry exerting them. Number of Warcries used recently, I can change it to 3. I can refund this bleed node that I took. I have 10 plus 15, 25, 55 plus 50, that's fine. I need to take Iron Reflexes. This is another 5k armor. So Iron Reflexes really helps out there. Then I want to click Show Node Power at the bottom. Show Power Report is what I want. And I want to change this to Bleed DPS and let it calculate where my best potential damage is. Best I can get is Veteran Soldier or Acrimony. Veteran Soldier takes a gold oil to anoint, but I could also path there and get more life. That's all fine. Acrimony takes clear 2 blacks. That's cheap. That's the one. Clear 2 blacks. 15 dot multi. Relying in POB, if I were to remove the helmet, it lowers my average damage by 23%, but I guess that's not factoring into the bleed. So I guess even though the skill is applying the bleed, it's not factoring in the more damage. That's unfortunate. Since it specified skills, I figure it would factor in all the damage from the skill, but I guess according to POB, it's only affecting the hit. I was hoping it would work with bleed since it doesn't specify hit, but still haven't crafted anything on this chest. I think the 74 armor evasion's probably the best. And now I guess I go to the Desecrated Chambers and see if I can get this flask thing going. It's gonna take a while, and I gotta be lucky enough to find the right stuff in here. Hey, I found some. We need trance. Yes, this. We need wisps from these guys. 725 already. Okay, that is going quicker than I thought it would. Very nice. And I found the morgue. It's not the one I need. Damage is good for here, and I found the King in the Mists. Okay, I'm like super slowed. The Warcry stacking stuff on him definitely feels good. Nice, I found the Biles. I think that is the other quest I need. Okay, that one is one of them. I guess it doesn't have to be trance either. I just got Primal from Wolves, or I guess it's Vivid from Wolves, and that gave me progression on my counter. Yeah, that wolf gave me this. So I just need to get Vivid from enemies. I found the Warden. Then I will take Nature's Concoction, and then I need to make these use when charge is full. Got the Biles again? Do these count as trance? They might actually. No. Level 69. I can go make gloves now, and I can get another Affliction charge. Oh, I also got a 300% XP gain. I'm gonna clear this zone. Level 70. Definitely worth to come clear this zone. Almost got to 71. I'm gonna hit the jewel socket. Gloves. If I take those off, what do I need there? I would like lightning res, chaos res, flat fizz, life. So essences. I don't have many chaos res crafts. I'll try that first. Matte armor. Life, lightning, big strength. Okay, that'll work. And then I craft flat fizz to attacks. It goes 5 to 8. 4 sockets, 4 links, 2 blue. Only -8 chaos res now, lowest on fire. Doesn't look too bad. Flasks up, 18k armor, and the 2 exert attack does not really hurt me that much. I have enough armor. Jewels. There's something in here. Fractured. Is really the one? I thought it was a different one than that. Oh, here we go. Life with double fizz dot. Here's a life fizz dot dexterity. And since this one is a cobalt jewel, I don't know that I would craft that. I could divine this one better. Okay, it's only 1 off on the life. That's fine. That's a lot more damage and more life. Level 71. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Alright, I found the Warden in here and finished the quest. Got the last passive. So with this, I'm not doing any of the no socket stuff. You have higher armor the more the bark builds up, but higher chance of evade when less covered in bark. Getting hit by enemy attacks causes bark to be removed. Sure, we'll try it out. So it gives me a skill. Instant. Wait, reservation? That's reservation? Why? Well, I don't know that I like that. I like the idea of getting the extra armor or covering myself in the bark. Alright, I don't think I'm actually going to do that? Let's do Detect Evil. I'm not marking enemies either, so I'll at least be able to see the rare and unique enemies, which will be important once I get my next ascendancy and get Challenger charges and whatever. Next place I'm going is Constitution Veteran Soldier, and I'll grab this jewel socket with the next level. Now I need maps. I need to do an Underground Sea with Divine Vessel. Just do it. Oh, and I still have my Tormented Exile passive tree. Okay, I can see the rare enemies. Cool. I can go hunting rare enemies easily with this. And they're going to be tormented. Blocks attacks. That is an issue I wasn't thinking about having to deal with. Ooh, big gym levels. Okay, I probably need to stop leveling the Vitality. I leveled the castle damage taken as much as I can. And I'm tearing this T10 map to pieces. It's a white T10 map. I didn't want to get crazy with it because I need life pretty badly, so I need a level. And I do still question, even though POB told me that the bleed damage is not being affected by Echoes of Creation, how many people have used Echoes of Creation to try and make a bleed build ever? Oh, this is lovely. Drop a portal here. Oh god. Yeah, I might lose all this level here. Yeah, if I get touched, I'm dead. Oh, if I can get the bleed off, if she's gonna run around. I got an attack. Alright, I'm gonna have to try another map. Alright, Atlas passive tree. Let's remove Dance of Destruction. I don't need to be taking more damage. Let's remove the map boss, Tormented Spirits. Let's remove Seance, Tormented Exile, whatever. That'll be interesting. And I guess I'll spec into Chance for Einhar missions, since that's what I have kind of specced in here. Luckily, I have lots of Divine Vessels, because those drop from my Wisp farming maps all the time. Alright, without Tormented Spirits this time. Let's kill Marfail. Come back here. I could potentially get frozen here as well. And yeah, it's definitely not world beater damage. And wow, I don't have a lot of life, but I don't have spell suppression either. So that's why that really hurt. Oh, unique enemy shows up different on the minimap. That's cool. Exiles like to run around too. He bled out real fast. The goal? And Merveil dead. That'll be freeze immunity. Monsters steal power, frenzy, and endurance charges on hit. Can they steal my affliction charges? I don't know. Monsters have a chance to avoid bleed. That's a mod that is bad. Alright, T5 maps with beasts and wisps, because why not? I'll get more XP if I do this. I got a big spider and a Ferric Wolf Alpha. A good map. Doing white maps with beasts. Not too shabby. Level 72. Dual socket. Life is dot. I'm re-rolling this flask. I want a longer bleed. 6 seconds isn't cutting it for me. Given that I already have the seething on it, it'll show up 16 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, right click the Echoing Shrine. That is bad news for my bleed. Tormented Exile. Get bopped. Level 73. Hidden Tome. Crazy XP out of this map with 2500 vivid. I can try and craft Eakers and Embers on things. Let's see what I can get here. Sap ground while moving. No. Movement speed. Fire res is what would be fine. There we go. Some fire res. Warcry speed. Life regeneration rate. That's what I want. Gloves. Shock spread. Max cold res. Freeze spread. Can get fizz to attacks. Just probably want fire or fizz dot. There we go. Fizz dot. Then what? Chance to impale. You don't want to convert any of the fizz. Chance to maim. Damage per strength. 9% damage. 5% chance to cause bleeding. Interesting. 5% chance to suppress spell damage. That's probably the most useful thing I can have. Less that. 7% fizz dot. Chest. The Grand Eaker here. Pinnacle Atlas armor, spell block, Pinnacle boss melee have chance to fortify. Getting fortify would be really good. Yes, recovery rate, life recovery rate. Alright, nothing there. 8% life recovery rate. I really like that. Flesh and Stone AoE Warcry buff effect. That seems really good given that I'm using a lot of Warcries. Increase effective auras. That's Pride, Determination, Vitality, Malevolence. Probably go with that. Oh yeah, there's also the Watcher's Eye. Faster ailments while affected by Malevolence. Like, I don't know how much more of that I need. Unaffected by poison. Attack block while affected by determination. Physical damage pride. Damage leeches life vitality. That's what I'm going to use. I don't have any life leech at all. I do not have enough resists to drop 20% yet. I need to get to recover 15% of life when you use a Warcry. Ah! Incarnation of Agony! No, 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 no. If I bleed it? No, 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 get me out. One day, I will conquer that thing. Level 75, level 76. That gives me Constitution, 37, 35 life now. Level 77, pushing here towards the next jewel socket. Level 78, lots of gem levels. Watcher's Eye goes in. Let's see, cast when damage taken. Level 65 or lower. Molten Shell, next level requires 64, that can go. I can now throw in my Awakened Brutality, the Awakened Melee Fizz, and an Awakened Unbound Ailments. Level 79, Life and Energy Shield, so I can get Purity of Flesh. Level 80, Purity of Flesh. Ooh, I got a 20 Exiles in this map. Oh boy. Okay, well, I didn't go in the Wildwood. Maybe that's a good thing. Exiles have been killing me more than just about anything else thus far. Red Beasts being there too. This was a bit of a crazy little intro, but I think most of them there are dead. I was just running around and pushing buttons. Ah, there it is. The Essence Drain one. That's the one that's really causing me problems. Well, they're all dead. What do you know? Yikes. Level 81. With this level, I think I should take 50 flat life. That's like 100. I still haven't gotten up to Veteran Soldier yet. I think the thing I need to focus on next is 4 points in here to Rampart, and then melee hits fortify with the -3 max fortification. And that will help quite a bit, I think. I'm not sure I'll make it that far. I'm happy with where my life is, enough to go try lab though. Sword and board with the bearers. First bop. I think I phased. Yeah, good. Well, it's not all, like, it's not the worst thing. It's getting better since I last looked at the POV. This time we've got the conduits. This is always such a pain. He gets them all. Great thing about having so much life recovery on this build is these traps really don't hurt me. Alright, we got traps. Fine. As long as I don't run with them, I should be okay. Didn't get slashed. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. War cries. Oh, okay. I don't think he could kill me with that, actually. I got enough armor, probably. 8% quality to a gym, 100 million XP. That would level up the Awakened Melee Fizz. What I should definitely do, though, is the Intimidating Cry, 8% quality, and then do it again. 32% cooldown recovery rate on that. That's probably going to be a big help. And then here, Challenger Charge. I'm going to always be in Blood Stance, so I have a 25% chance on hit of rare unique enemy. I don't attack quickly, so it's like I'm not really going to get it. If I got Pain Forged, that's 12% attack block, which is 12% less attack damage taken. I don't know that I need the more attack and movement speed, honestly. And then if I have, let's say, okay, 12% attack block. If I put on this tincture, I'd have to stun an enemy. Well, I'm probably stunning enemies, honestly. That's just 24% attack block. I lose rarity and overwhelm. That's probably okay. I could get more attack block through an implicit. I could get another 8% attack block if I slapped in this Watcher's Eye as well. I think the 24% attack block with as much defenses as I should have should be enough, especially if I get the Fortify, keep stacking life, and yeah. Get Fortify. A lot of the next levels that are not going into Veteran Soldier go into Combat Stamina and Tireless, and even Juggernaut. Juggernaut would be good as well. I can get an All-Res as well on a Mastery for pushing up for Combat Stamina. There's so much good defense for me, and this is the only real damage that's accessible outside of these two-hand nodes. So the numbers are solid there, but I don't know if that's ideal. I didn't slash passives. Say 24, yeah, I got them all. There's no way I get all that stuff. This is 4 points. I think I could get away with dropping Destroyer. Yeah, I need to find a way out of this All-Res. So there's 4 points there. Got another Jewel Socket, easy access, and that doesn't factor in getting the All-Res and Prismatic Skin. Okay, there's 5 All-Res on the entrance to this. I lose 15. I think it still puts me a little under on lightning. No, it puts me at 77. I'm always going to die to spells, though, if I don't make the effort to get the Fortify Prismatic Skin. I could definitely have a better ring here as well. I need 29 on my dex, and I need 22 on the int. What is being locked there? Unbound ailments, malevolence. It's the malevolence. So it's going to go up a little bit more. But before I import this, my bleed DPS was 226. Why does it now say 188? Well, I'm really confused now. I did nothing but improve this since the last time I had this in here. I got Awakened Gems now, and unless I was looking at the Aftershock. It was the Aftershock I was looking at. Okay. Aftershock was 226. Oh, scaring me. So the Aftershock is up to 490, which is still, damage is kind of yikes. Then there's the, how do you see the Corrupting Rye? Oh, Corrupting Blood DPS, 4676. That's not much. And the Corrupting Fever is worse. Unless with the War Cries, it's factoring in 4 of them. They apply 4. If the enemy is moving with the bleed, it's 1.4 million. I need to see... Okay, we're at 1.2 on the Aftershock, 1.14 on the bleed duration. This is an enemy, 3500 Vivid with extra life Soul Eater. Red Beast, I don't think it can kill me. Got it. Level 82. Melee hits which stun have a 10% chance to fortify. I can see if I get fortifies just from that ever. Yeah. There's 11. Well, this enemy seems to want to run away from me, despite being a crazy empowered Soul Eater. So I'm doing a little bit damage faster to this thing, though it's harder to get the damage down. But when I do hit him with something, he runs another 4% of my level for killing that. Crazy map. I'm having no issue already, like with basic pack clears staying at 20 fortification. Like that's only a 10% chance on stun. Just like, okay, here's your fortify. Good job. It is really cool being able to see the tormented spirits on my minimap. I don't think that's anywhere near as good as the extra slots for their inventory. There's a lot of benefits to being able to target the rare and unique enemies in the map. Like I know the Exile or Ghost is going to be there before I walk up on it and it tries to gank me. I dive on top of a rare enemy knowing that I'm going after a rare enemy, even though I haven't seen it on my screen yet. That's pretty cool, I will say. I think the coolest thing though about this Wildwood Ascendancy is the fact that I can get more yellow wisps out of the Wildwood. Like without a doubt, that's the biggest perk I think to this class. Tinctures are cool and everything, but actually can make the wisp juicing better than any other thing that you do. Especially if you're not stacking quant, having the vivid wisps is just so good. I see unique. Oh, it was a ghost. Being able to see it like before I get there in the Wildwood even. I know there's rare enemies. I saw the unique and I was like, uh-oh. It's gonna be that evil unique enemy, but it was not. It is so easy as well to get to 2k vivid. Upgrade this to 20% chance to fortify. One last map. Bring you with me for this one. Into the Wildwood, starting with vivid. Awesome. And I got an orb. And I've got the biles. Okay, need to hit this one. More war cries. It's just constant war cry spam to make this happen for real. If I'm not spamming the war cries, like every chance I get, the damage is bad. And then I don't kill things. I have bad AoE, and it's just not good. Oral Amulet, nope. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get as much Vivid as possible. If I see anything else, sure, I'll grab it. But just trying to level, so like having the Vivid is not difficult. Like I don't mind giving the enemies more attack speed. Like it's the crit chance that'll really cripple me. Giving them more attack speed, like I was sitting there face tanking Soul Eaters in the T5 maps that I was doing, and this is only T7, and do I have my Corrupting Fever? No. My Golem just died. Getting spell damaged. Instant Life Flask, though. The Chill and the Temp Chains at the same time. That's yikes. Okay, but I can keep the Corrupting Fever up really easily with the War Cries because they cost so much due to the Corrupting Fever. And this enemy will like to run away, so bleeds, good deal on the Necromancers. It is a really nice way to be able to deal with them. The dash has been fantastic. I knew if I went Leap Slam, like I was going to have issues with speed, with the low attack speed weapon, but having the swift or second wind dash, so good. I can get 2 of them out really quick if I need to, just like pop between areas. And I'm trying to spread the earthquakes out, so like I can just spam them out faster than the aftershock's gonna go off. I don't really want that. I would prefer to like let the aftershock do its thing, get its bleed off, I move to a different location. Not having phasing makes that kind of painful sometimes. Need to remove the totem. The molten shell killed the totem. Crazy. I'm gonna get to level 84 in this map because I got so many vivid wisps. It actually is insane. The abyss giving me extra XP on top of that because of the node in the tree. It's insane, and I'm managing this. Like, if I can do wisps in E7 maps, like eventually I'll find stuff whether I'm stacking quant gear or not. There's uniques, those are exiles. Guess what? This the ground slam guy can't do anything to me. I have the biggest issue with chaos damage. I guess he probably wasn't empowered. Will you stop? Like, there's so many clones. Which one is the real one? I still have my corrupting fever up as well. I think I got it finally. I've been skipping the map boss here as well. Like, it's not worth my time. Just trying to level, this is a really good spot to do so. I still have issue pushing my flask and turning the tincture off. I've been trying to be pretty good about that, but easier said than done, as I've been someone who's kind of strayed away from the automation of my flasks because I always just use my flasks. I push the buttons. I have complete control over it that way, so it's weird just kind of really relying on the automated flasks. But the flask charge generation from the hit once every second makes sure the armor from the granite and basalt flask stays up really nicely. And I don't know what I'm going to be able to do to really push this damage further. It's going to take way more than 1 prime resonator to make a better axe than I hit with the one that I got. That was a pretty amazing hit. Yeah, I could go on trade and probably spend 50 chaos and get in a better weapon, but what I got, it's just so amazing for what I have. The extra attack speed, if I killed recently, gets me going through the maps really nicely, and it has decent fizz. Only T5 flat, crafted percent. It's nothing spectacular, but it's solid. It's getting the job done. And if I get wisps like that, I'll be able to level this character pretty far just in yellow maps. Fortifying hits against unique enemies, increased fortification. I still think I'll probably take the melee hits fortify rather than relying on the stuns. I haven't really went into stuns at all. That'd probably be the next level I got, or I could maybe find something. I'll drop the 50 flat life for the melee hits fortify. So now I will always fortify with every hit regardless of stun, so against single target I can still get fortify up. So survivability went way up with that, and I feel like even with, like, how many wisps did I have here? About 3k wisps. Felt like I crushed this fairly decently. It was only a magic map, extra rare and magic monsters, so it's doing okay, but looking at the POB numbers, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do something to push this to the next level and make it something super good. It's fun to play with, it's unique, but as with every other bleed build that I've ever played in this game, it just feels lacking in the end. And I mean, maybe that's just bleed builds, but I'm going to stop there for today. Just another reminder that I might not be able to continue this tomorrow as I have a dentist appointment, and this might get pushed aside till after the gauntlet, but that is going to do it for this one. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon just below the video, or by joining to become a member, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.